5, 4, 3, 2,
1.
1. Let's hit it. We are back, China 232, and we have changed the name of the show. We've given it a name.
Oh, great.
And we're going to call it The Word.
The Word.
So that was Ian's idea. Good idea, Ian. Thank you.
So
And
hopefully we will have many words for you to learn and phrases.
Very good. Very good. Now, don't forget to come to the site, do your downloading, blah, blah, blah. Tell your friends. Okay, here we go. This episode is called Look on the Bright Side. That's the story. What does that mean, Ed?
Looking on the bright side of things means looking for the good in something, looking for the positive, just what you can think that's good about a situation.
Right. So if something that seems bad happens to you, it's very easy to look at the bad side of it.
No, if you just got fired from your job, for example, you can say, look on the bright side, but thinking about you have a lot more free time now and thinking about what you really might want to do with yourself.
Right. Or if you get in a car accident and you break your arm, you could look on the bright side and say, well, at least I didn't die.
Right. You're still here.
You're still alive. Right. Okay. So looking at the positive things. Now I'm just going to get into the story and listen up, please. All right. I was talking to a friend of mine today. He was really depressed because he just found out that he'd failed his math class. Because of that, he wouldn't be able to graduate until the following year. His mood was really negative, and he saw it as a wasted year. I told him that although it's annoying, there's no point in dwelling on it. The past is the past. He said, "That's easy for you to say." I said, "Of course it's easier said than done, but you've got to look on the bright side." I asked him if there was anything good about the situation. He thought for a while and he told me that maybe this way he would have more time to really think about what job he was going to get in the future and have a fun year with his friends. I said, "See, maybe it's a blessing in disguise."
I would think it's definitely a blessing in disguise.
Right, one more year you don't have to work.
Exactly. It would be one of my favorite years, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the words. We've got a lot of good ones.
We certainly do.
A lot of juicy ones in here. First one, depressed.
Right. If you're depressed, that means you're feeling sad, you're feeling down on yourself, you're not feeling as good as you could be. You don't want to do very much, right?
So a lot of times people, when they're depressed, they can't eat very much, can't sleep, they don't feel like doing anything.
Can't dance.
Sad looking face.
You don't feel like having fun.
Yep, walking slowly, doing everything slowly.
You're not smiling.
Yep, sleeping too much. And some people are depressed all the time. They have a medical condition called depression, and they need to go see a doctor.
Right, and if this happens all the time, that means it's chronic depression. That's a good word there. Okay, and then we have negative mood.
Negative mood, not a good mood.
Right.
Always thinking of the bad things in life.
Right, not looking on the bright side.
Not looking on the bright side. Just being negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, always complaining.
Or if you have something, if there's possibilities in something happening, you always look at the negative outcome, right? You think, oh, it probably won't work out very well. I don't think it's going to be good. It won't be fun.
Right. They say looking at a glass of water as half empty instead of half full.
Right. You want to look at it half full.
All right. There's no point in dwelling on it, I said. Let's look at this thing. There's no point in
Right.
something.
That means there's no reason to do something. Why bother doing it? All right. You could say there's no point in calling your friend now. It's already so late. Why don't you just call her tomorrow?
Right. It's too late. There's no reason to do that because you don't need to know the answer right now. You're just causing more harm than good. Or saying there's no point in taking $10,000 to the grocery store because you're not going to buy that much groceries anyway. So there's just no point in
Well,
doing
you
it.
better not be buying that many. I don't know
No.
what you're stocking
No.
up for.
No.
Right.
Unless you have, that's another problem.
Right. Okay, good one. Dwelling.
Yeah, this is a good word. I said there's no point in dwelling on it, right? Dwelling means you're thinking about a situation over and over and over again. You cannot stop thinking about it.
Right, you keep thinking about what could I have done in this situation.
Yeah. Maybe if I'd done something differently. Maybe if I'd studied more, I wouldn't have failed. Maybe if I had been nicer, my friend would still like me. Maybe something.
Right, so you're dwelling on things that happened in the past. Right, the future is now, my friend, so let's get moving.
Right. And then right after, fittingly, I said the past is the past. And that just means basically stop thinking about the past. It's done.
It means it's over.
It's
We're
over.
finished.
Move on with it. Okay?
Right, and don't worry about things that you can't cry over spilled milk, right?
Right,
It
another-
already happened.
Right. It already happened. Lots of good phrases for this. Then he says, that's easy for you to say. That's a good one. Okay? Why is it easy for me to say? What does that mean? Okay? Well, I'm being the friend here in this story. I didn't fail my math exam, right? So I don't have to feel bad. I have nothing to feel depressed about. So he said to me, that's easy for you to say because I don't have to take my own advice. I don't have to forget about it and look on the bright side. I can just give him the advice and say, see, just do it. It's easy. Right? But that's easy for me to say because I'm not the one that has to do it.
Right, it has nothing to do with you. So it's easy for me to say something that has only something to do with you and not of me.
Right. And then after that, I admitted. I said, yes, it's easier said than done.
Right, that's a good one
This
too.
is a great one. It means it's much easier to make some kind of a plan than to actually follow it.
Right, to
It's-
keep talking about something
Right.
and not actually doing it. Like, it seems very easy to exercise only an hour a day. Only an hour a day. Anyone can do that, right?
Yeah, so it's easy to say everyone should exercise 1 hour a day, but that's easier said than done. It's easier to say it than to do it, right?
It's easy to make an excuse when the day comes along.
Yep.
Okay, so now we can get back into the title of our episode, which was Look on the Bright Side, and we know what that means, don't we?
Right, look on the positive, look at the good side of things, right? We already talked about that. Last one, this is another good one if you want to sound like a real native speaker here, if you know how to use this one. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, I said.
Right,
Okay?
so this is a situation that seems like it's not good, right? It's bad, but if you can look on the bright side, it might actually be a good thing for your life in the long run, in the future.
Right. So a blessing in disguise, right? A disguise, remember, means something is hidden, right? So a blessing is a good thing. So it's something that seems like it's bad, but it might be good. That's the point, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if you get fired from your job, it seems like, this is not a good thing, right?
So in this story, the guy failed his math class, which seems bad, but then he realized maybe this will somehow make his life even better in some sort of a strange way. So it's a blessing in disguise.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Good. Okay, great. Actually, great. A lot of good words in there. A lot of good expressions. Hope you use them. Go to the site, though, take a look, and give us your comments. We're not getting enough comments,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd really love to hear them. So maybe we're not saying the site clear enough. www.china232.com.
I think it might be Andrew's voice that's a problem, so I'll say it myself.
Okay.
www.china232.com.
All right. Thank you very much. We will see you very soon at The Word.
The word, right.
Okay, bye.
But